now recognize Mr. Schneider from Illinois.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'll be quick because I know we have to get to votes, but I want to thank the witnesses for joining us today and sharing your perspectives. The expansion of digital trade and digital innovation has literally transformed every industry across our economy. As a result, trading digital goods and services has helped create jobs, expand opportunities for small and family businesses, and cultivate innovation in communities across our country. Just in Illinois, my state, the digital economy supports more than 300,000 jobs and represents nearly $3.7 billion in digital exports. The digital economy is an important part of our trade infrastructure, and the United States must remain a leader when writing the rules of the road for the future of digital trade. The expansion of digital trade in the digital economy has accompanied an international discussion around taxing the revenues and profits earned by multinational corporations. While the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, continues its work to reach a consensus on an inclusive digital services tax framework, individual countries have put in place unilateral measures to protect their tax base. Like many of my colleagues on this committee, as we've discussed today, I am concerned about Canada's decision to move forward with a digital services tax that unfairly punishes American companies. I applaud the Biden administration for standing up for American businesses and initiating consultations with Canada through the dispute settlement chapter in the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. And I hope we can continue working together on this important issue. The U.S. must ensure that competing proposals that impact the digital economy do not undermine American workers, American businesses, or American national security. We cannot cede ground to our adversaries on digital trade. Instead, we should lead the way on global technology advancement. I am confident that we can find our seat at the table and work with our allies to establish strong, equitable digital trade standards that protect American leadership and innovation. And with that, I want to ask, well, I have three questions. I'm going to focus on one just for time. Mr. Atkinson, in my district, I'm home to many of the leaders in biopharmaceutical and bioscience sectors, what I call a life science corridor through my district. We lead the country, we lead the world. These companies are developing and deploying the next generation of innovative technologies. Can you discuss how strengthening digital trade laws can improve protections for intellectual property, specifically in the context of medical or life science innovation, and discuss the scope of impact if the United States does not provide adequate protections for this important industry?
Absolutely, in two ways. One is the biopharmaceutical sector is increasingly data-driven, as you know, using algorithms to develop new kinds of treatments and devices. And a lot of that is going to be cross-border. It's going to be taking patient data from various places. Again, totally anonymized. We have to make that point clear. They don't care the name of the data. They just need to know, does this person have heart disease? What are the indications? So number one, we need to be able to protect that. The other is this question of data exclusivity. It's particularly for biologics and large molecule drugs where the patent protection is different. We need to make sure that when we sign trade agreements that we have 12 years of data exclusivity, because what other countries are doing is they want less data exclusivity, a shorter period of time, so they can basically take the molecule that we've developed and then sell it in our market more quickly than they would otherwise when it expires. So both of those issues to me are critical.
Great, and I agree that it is critical. Like I said, we've talked a lot about Canada. We can talk more. We have other issues. This is a critically important issue for our country, for our national security. But in the sake of time, Mr. Chair, I'm going to yield back my time so we can get Mr. Feenstra in.
Thank you. I now recognize from Iowa Mr. Feenstra.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.